Hey, what's up you guys, After Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. This is Season 9, Episode 19. Let's get into it. This is giving... No!
Morning.
Have you seen Colonel Mitchell?
Men's locker.
Vala! Vala is pregnant. I'm surprised you're going to kill Goa'uld. I'm not dead.
Jackson, is there something I should know?
I'm all kinds of confused now. But I'm excited to see Vala again!
Oh my god. It worked. I mean, you know, it's working. We didn't think we were ever going to make this work.
Make what work?
Well, since you disintegrated the Alteran communication stones in the base terminal in the Kawoosh, we've been...
Sorry, the what?
The unstable vortex of a forming wormhole. Kawoosh.
Don't think I've ever heard you call it that before.
Really?
Don't get me wrong, it's good.
No, I mean, I'm sure
Hello. Hi. My name is Vala, but I'm in Daniel Jackson right now.
Are you able to communicate with Daniel?
No, just see and hear you.
See, we've been using the data collected from the stone that Daniel activated on this end, which is why you're connected to his body.
It's funny, isn't it? Daniel always wanted to get into my pants, and now I'm in his.
Oh, that's not funny.
We're happy to hear that you're okay.
Actually, for the record, I never said I was okay.
Actually, the timing of this is a little awkward.
Sir, if we disconnect now, there's no guarantee that we can reestablish the link.
Dr. Jackson is supposed to join me to meet with the Russian and Chinese representatives of the IOA in about a half an hour. They requested that he be there. Said it was a matter of great importance.
Not as important as what I have to tell you, believe me. I'll try and be as quick as I can, and then you can have Daniel back, I promise. You know, this water is lovely, but I think Daniel skipped breakfast, and I suddenly have a craving for pancakes and ice cream. Double chocolate fudge brownie, if memory serves. Oh, I'll continue while you rustle that up. A man named Toman had apparently found me lying unconscious in the rings and had thought the gods had sent me to him, which I let him continue to believe.
Of course.
You feel strong enough to get up and go for a walk today?
Maybe.
I'll be back after prostration.
Have fun.
Thank you.
It was obvious he was smitten. Who could blame him, right? Thanks. What? Thanks. I do realize he was a devout Ori follower and probably would have been standing on the front line cheering while they burnt me to death if he knew the truth about me, but he was very sweet in his own way. I think Toman had been on his own before I came along, mostly due to a limp that had left him crippled since childhood. He didn't like to talk about it much, but I could see that the other villagers looked down on him because of it. In their minds, the Ori must have deemed him unfit for normalcy, so that's how they chose to see him. I did my best to blend in. At first, according to Toman, and therefore, as far as the villagers were concerned, I was the woman who fell from the sky, which made me feel kind of special. I later learned that they always suspected I'd escaped from another village as a result of some scandal, and then I started to feel much more like I'm used to. I figured my best bet was to root out any of Fanis's gang from the anti-Ori underground. The village was run by this complete bear of a man named Seavis, who was both barkeep and administrator, which seemed the oddest contradiction. He claimed to be the most pious man in the village, and if anyone strayed from the path of righteousness, it was Seavis who made sure you were severely punished for it.
What makes you think that something like her would have anything to do with a rodent like you without reason?
I'll pay, I swear.
Oh, I know you will, or I'll make you wish you were being burned alive by the fires of Celestis.
I soon realized it wasn't a contradiction at all. Seavis was doing the work of the gods by making sure this village had every reason in the world to prostrate. making him a very rich and very powerful man in the process.
Believe me, I usually applaud the colorful details of a good story, especially when told with such interesting intergalactic and body-snatching means. But Daniel and I are late to meet with the Russian and Chinese representatives.
You stated that you had information of great importance.
I do, and I'm getting to it.
We got the backstory. Tolman is a nice guy, Seavis is a butthead. How about you skip ahead a little?
Fine. Toman and I got married.
Ooh, married?
I had no choice. I told you he was very devout, and there's no way he would have slept with me out of wedlock.
Okay, maybe we skipped ahead a little too far.
Well, I tried to lay it out in order. Oh, that's a bad choice of words.
Why exactly did you have no choice?
You know what these people do to you when you do something wrong? They burn you alive.
And why would they burn you alive this time?
For getting pregnant out of wedlock.
You're pregnant?
Yes! I keep forgetting you can't actually see me. When I realized why I was feeling sick all the time, I figured I had to do something. I decided my only choice was to marry Toman as quickly as possible and pray the timing was close enough so he could be convinced the baby was his.
All right, hold the phone. And I asked this, not 100% sure that I want to know the answer. Whose baby is it?
I don't know.
As in...
I swear, I did none of the necessary bits.
That
Between my
sounds a
arrival
little-
in the Ori galaxy and my wedding night, which was definitely
It's actually assaulting.
after I knew for sure there is no way humanly possible that I know of that I could have gotten pregnant.
Unless it's a miracle baby.
Gonna say something? Anybody?
You have been impregnated without copulation.
Yes, and I'm absolutely terrified. Have any of you ever heard of anything like it?
Well, there's
Mary
one.
Joseph?
Darth Vader.
What? No?
Really?
Oh,
did that
I
turn
mean,
out?
yeah.
Actually, I was thinking of King Arthur.
You were?
Yeah, I've been reading everything I can find on our ancient friend Merlin. According to some of the legends, he enchanted the queen who bore Arthur.
I have to go.
I haven't even gotten to the bit you have to hear yet. Me carrying this child right now is a problem, a big problem for me, but believe me, there is one which is much, much bigger.
Look at me.
He's pregnant too?
The prior blessed me. I can walk.
Oh, never mind.
I can run. I can fight now.
You can what?
I've been conscripted.
I'm an
They are
idiot.
building ships and armies by the tens of thousands. The village I am living in is one of many on a world among dozens like it. As we feared since the day Daniel met the Ori, they have been preparing their followers for a crusade. He has been raised since birth to believe in the Ori, to follow Origin. This isn't a fight anyone can win, not without a tragic amount of bloodshed.
Since you've been gone, we've learned a few things about the Aura that their followers might be interested to know.
It doesn't matter what the truth is about the Ori. The people won't hear it, no matter what you say.
Obviously, some of them are suspicious enough.
You're talking about a handful of people compared to millions who wouldn't know the truth if it was standing right in front of them. It's all lies and propaganda as far as they're concerned. We're wrong, they're right. They're good, we're bad. We must worship the Ori or die, and they will fight until we are dead or they are, period.
I'm very sorry to keep you waiting.
Where's Dr. Jackson?
He's otherwise occupied at the moment. We're going to have to proceed without him.
It's no matter. I only asked he be here as a courtesy, seeing as he negotiated the original treaty between our two countries, resulting in Russia loaning you our Stargate.
Yes, loaning. In return for full participation in this program and considerable sums of money.
As you'll know, the treaty renewal comes up in 2 weeks. Russia will no longer be participating under the current structure.
What are you saying?
We are taking our Stargate back.
So, this girl in the bar, her name is Danya, and we struck up a bit of a friendship. By the looks on your faces, I can see you're not surprised I had more in common with the village harlot than I did with any of the ladies from the local knitting circle.
Don't know what you're talking about.
At least she was honest.
I was pregnant once.
Really?
It didn't last long.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard something really weird.
I promise you, I've heard it all.
Well, have you ever heard of someone getting pregnant without actually doing the deed?
How could that happen?
I don't know.
Maybe you fell asleep, you know? That's happened to me before. I've been drunk and not remembered whole days.
I wasn't talking about me.
Oh?
Just wondering, have you ever heard of the Ori giving someone a baby magically? They perform miracles all the time, right?
If you say so.
She's smart, too. She was testing me.
Are you saying she was part of the anti-RI underground?
It took a long time to get her to admit it. She said she was afraid of Sevis and that he'd kill her if he found out. Take your hands off me! So what did I do?
She is unholy. She conspires with those who would lead us from the path of origin.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but it's a lie.
She is an unbeliever, and she must be punished for her sins.
Get me Richard Woolsey now.
General.
Where are the rest of the International Committee representatives? Why aren't they here?
This has nothing to do with them. The Stargate belongs to Russia. Now, in the past, my government has been unwilling to establish and support a Stargate program of its own, but that has changed.
Because China is backing you. Do the rest of the committee members know this?
They will be invited to participate in the program the same as they have in yours, as will your country.
You really think my government will give up the gate?
I do not see what choice they will have.
I don't know why I expected him to come rushing over and unchain me. Just the mother of his unborn child. Or so he was supposed to think.
She's eating for two. This is really fucked up. Is this the beginning of Supernatural? What a shitty guy.
She's dying out there.
I know.
Don't you think if she was gonna say anything, she would have told you already?
Got fucking time, dude.
I didn't know why he eventually did it, or why Sevis let us go. I was left out there, without food or water, for 3 days.
Can't believe the baby survived that.
Part of me was hoping it didn't.
It's kind of surprising part of you was hoping it did. I mean, given how it was conceived.
It's hard to explain.
I'm sorry I left you out there for so long.
Yeah, fucking right.
Please forgive me.
Despite Toman's reassurances, the idea of spending a day in the village with Sevis just a stone's throw away made me nervous. Besides, it was high time I did some more extensive recon. I knew where they were going every day, what they were doing. But seeing it was something else entirely.
Impressive, isn't it?
General, you wish to see me?
From the sounds of it, the Ori are planning an invasion of massive proportions in the very near future. Looks like it may be a very bad time to be arguing over who gets to use the Stargate, Colonel. But I assume you were counting on that.
No sane individual or country wants to face war at any time.
Telling me about your government's intentions was more than mere courtesy. Doing it with the Chinese representative of the Oversight Committee present was meant to point out China's involvement. That wasn't in the official notification to terminate the treaty given to the president.
Obviously, it couldn't be.
They offered you a deal to back your own SGC program. In truth, you don't really know if you like that scenario any better than the one currently in practice. You did, however, see an opportunity to use it as leverage. But you couldn't very well present a wish list along with the official notification without it looking like blackmail, or have it on record that you were merely using the Chinese. So you left it to me to figure out and ask you the question. What is it you really want?
You can put that down.
It's okay.
We had to put you through that.
To be sure that we could trust you.
She's pregnant.
He was part of the underground.
Sevis is the leader. The religious pomp and circumstance is a cover. The rest is for money, power, and influence, the things you need when you're wanting to mount a rebellion.
Do they not fear being discovered by the Ori?
Of course. But the only other choice is to do nothing. And what they were planning was quite the opposite of nothing.
We have the plans, and we have many people down there on the inside.
You really think it can work?
It has to.
The ships had to be activated by the Priors, but Siva said he'd found a way to rig enough of them to start off a massive chain reaction. From what I could tell, it looked like it might work.
3 days from now, in a grand celebration, each Prior will activate a ship in a show of the Ori's power.
Everyone will be there.
All those who built the ships, as well as those who will soon board them and go off and fight in the name of the Ori. Tens of thousands.
They were going to try and undermine the Ori's power by eliminating as many of their followers as they could in one fell swoop. Something I'm not sure we would have done in their position. They trusted me. Granted, they nearly killed me so I could earn their trust, but at this point I felt I had to take a chance. I told them exactly who I was and how I'd gotten there. The communication terminal and the stones had been taken by the Prior to Celestis after Daniel and I had been caught using them.
How did Sebas get his hands on it?
Apparently, he has spies among the monks in the city of Celestis. They're humans in training to become Priors. Every now and then, artifacts which predate the Ori Ascension are found or dug up, deemed heretical, and then brought to the city to be burnt in the fires. When the communication terminal came through, Sivas's men recognized its significance, and they risked everything to save it and smuggle it out of the city.
And the Ori didn't know. They couldn't tell what was happening right underneath their noses.
Can't be sure. But Sivas didn't want me to try and contact you until after the sabotage plan had gone through.
In case the Ori detected it.
Just to be safe.
Vala! Blessed are those who follow the path in unison.
That guy looked like he was missing a face before.
Your wife is not at home, Tobin.
To what do I owe the honor of such a visit?
Word of your courage has spread.
If you refer to my unchaining of Vala, I believe Sivas accused her unjustly. Look, she is not corrupt. Surely the Ori would not have allowed her to have survived so long without food or water. They sent her to me. She is my wife, the mother of my unborn child.
Is she now? The injury that crippled you since childhood, the one I have cured you of to make you a strong, proud warrior.
Trust I will use the strength I have been given to fight all unbelievers in the name of the Ori.
Yes, but the same wound that made you lame also made you unable to father children.
But then... You're saying she betrayed me?
The child is the will of the Ori. That is all that matters. Your courage will be rewarded, Tobin. Hallowed are the children of the Ori.
Hallowed are the Ori. 10 Priors from Celestis come to bless the starcraft we have been building these past many months.
His stomach just bent.
Everyone, even the women and children. Of course, I did not expect you. I know you've been tired, but it is going to be a great day if you want to come.
Please, stay with me today. I have a bad feeling. I can't explain it. Don't you ever just get bad feelings?
Of course I do. Then I turn to the Ori for guidance.
Toman.
The day of reckoning for all those who were raised by evil is upon them. I have spent my whole life waiting for the chance to walk the path as I do now. My only hope was that you would walk it with me.
When you say day of reckoning...
We've heard numerous reports of the Priors in this galaxy warning of an impending doomsday.
A day when all who have renounced the Ori will feel their wrath.
We knew the Priors were just the first wave. The real Crusade is about to begin. The ships are planning to leave.
But that would mean...
Somewhere out there, the Ori have a working supergate. Turns out the horrible feeling I'd lied to Toman about was completely justified, but for a different reason. Thousands of men, women, and children did not die that day. It didn't work. The sabotage had broken down. Whether the Ori had detected it or the Priors managed to thwart it on their own, we don't know. All we know is that the ships came to life and nothing happened. except the crowd cheered and began prostrating, praying for a swift victory over all unbelievers.
Do you have any other intel we could use? You said this Seavis had access to the specs on the ships. What kind of weaponry do they have?
No, Guys, what's going on?
Jackson?
How did I get here?
Toman.
You said you did not think I could kill an unbeliever.
Well, I'm so sorry I was wrong. You have to listen to me.
No! I am deaf to all but the teachings of Origin! The prior told me Seavis was corrupt, that he tried to sabotage the ceremony and would have killed thousands. He sent me here to kill Seavis, and here I found you with him, conspiring over that device!
They made me do it. They told me they would kill me if I didn't help them, and after what they did to me out there, wouldn't you? They thought this device was for communication, but they were too afraid to use it themselves, so they kidnapped me and forced me to do it for them. Did the prior tell you I was with them? Did he tell you to kill me?
No.
Well, there you go, then.
Were you able to communicate with the unbelievers far away?
Yes. And there is much I can tell you about them if you just put that weapon down. Toman, you have to believe me, please. I overheard your conversation with the prior the other day. I know, I'm sorry I should have told you I was there. But I was so afraid. What he said shocked me. That this child is the will of the Ori? Toman, I swear, I have not betrayed you. I have not been with anyone but you. So if you truly cannot father a child, then this baby is a miracle. It's our miracle, and this is a great burden which I cannot bear alone. So from this point on, we must walk the path together.
I must leave soon for war.
Then I must come with you.
So what exactly did we have to give up in the end?
304.
I thought the next Daedalus-class ship wasn't due out of the pipeline for over a year.
It was a huge concession, but we didn't have much choice.
The Tok'ra and the Asgard are scanning for any subspace anomalies that would indicate Supergate activity.
The Interim Council have placed the top-class vessels in every region on high alert.
This is one needle in a haystack we better find. Do whatever you have to do.
If the Ori can send troops and ships here, we're gonna need every advantage we can find.
Merlin was working on a weapon to fight the Ori.
Every ally we have and everyone else in this base has already devoted themselves to finding the Supergate.
It won't take us long to search one planet where there may be an advanced weapon designed specifically to fight these guys.
This weapon won't help us against their followers.
I don't think so, no, but it'll be a lot easier convincing their followers their gods are false if their gods aren't around anymore.
Go.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, what's up you guys? Quick interruption here. As you are no doubt aware, these past few years have been tough on all of us. And there are some things that none of us can hide from. The cost of living, for instance, food and things like electricity, gas, and water have all gone up, and they continue to go up. Now, I don't really like to advertise this, but in order to afford keeping the lights on, the camera running, and to be able to provide you guys with new content like this very edit, for example, I feel I need to let you guys know about how you can help support the channel and myself. I have a Patreon that if you pledge to, you're helping support the channel, and in return, you can get a vast amount of content that you wouldn't regularly get on YouTube, such as full unedited reactions to my regular content, a ton of other shows and movies that you probably don't even know that I've reacted to. A link to this can be found in the description below, and it really does help the channel by keeping me and my very cute cats alive. Think of the cats. If you're interested, you can also check out our website, which is also linked below. Perhaps there's some shows and movies there that you didn't even know that I reacted to, but you always wanted to see. Please know, pledging is entirely your own choice, of course. You're welcome to stay here on YouTube and wait for the edits to come out. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. More edits are coming. I understand not everyone is in the position to support creators, but any help is welcome. Anyways, thank you for your continued support, whether it's through YouTube or on Patreon. You guys are the best. Now please, enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, well that was Stargate SG-1 Season 9, Episode 19. It was great to see Vala again. See what she's been up to. She's good though. She's good at the talking her way out of things. Yeah. It was enjoyable. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.